Winnipeg Mayor Scott Gillingham has a prediction.
I really believe there's coming a time when a premier is going to make that decision to enter into a new funding model with municipalities, one that incentivizes growth and rewards cities for growth.
Gillingham wants the province to give the city a piece of tax revenue that grows with the economy, rather than relying on property taxes. Enid Slack from the University of Toronto says the current system is outdated.
There's a long list of challenges that are new, and yet the finance system that they have really dates back to the 1840s.
The city is under pressure from years of under-budgeting for things like snow removal and infrastructure upgrades, and taking on new challenges in areas like housing and mental health. Gillingham had hoped Premier Wabkanu would be the one to deliver a new funding model. What he got was a 2% increase to the city's operating grant. And so next year's budget includes a 5.95 property tax increase, the biggest in more than 30 years. But some cities in Canada are finding ways of bringing in new money. 2 Canadian provinces share a portion of their sales tax with cities. Saskatchewan will transfer $340 million in 2025, about 3/4 of a point of the PST. And Quebec gives 1 percentage point of its sales tax to municipalities. Meanwhile, in BC, Vancouver's transit service, TransLink, receives a share of fuel tax, parking tax, and property taxes from 21 municipalities. Not everyone agrees growth taxes will solve the city's problems. Local blogger Michelle Durand-Wood says a sales tax would be less transparent and less stable than a property tax.
And a city provides really critical services like sanitation, public safety, clean drinking water, and we can't have that ability to provide those services, subject to the whims of the economic cycle.
But Enid Slack points out property taxes don't bring in revenue from people traveling or commuting into the city.
Sales tax is a way of capturing some of the benefits that are being used by non-residents.
A new funding model has been a dream of Winnipeg mayors for decades. Gillingham set a goal of getting the property tax increase back to 3.5% after next year. But without some new funding or service cuts, that will be a challenge. Cameron McLean, CBC News, Winnipeg.